God is saying it must come from a place of overflow. Stay with me. The things that we put our hands to and the actions that we make should come from a place of overflow. And how do we come from a place of overflow? Our relationship with God. It comes from our relationship with God. I was in Proverbs the other day and it said, to acquire wisdom is to love yourself, and people who cherish understanding will prosper. So what that verse is saying is that it is wise to be in a place to where you love yourself. Why? Because loving yourself is an indicator of having wisdom. For example, there's some things that you have to do because you love yourself. Like going to the gym. Sometimes you're not going to want to do it, but building that discipline and knowing that you're looking out for your future self is self-love. It's a form of wisdom. Understanding the importance of discipline and how far it can take you. But remember, what good is wisdom without understanding? So let's break it down. Wisdom is more so focused on like the present, like how you navigate and having discernment and making sound decisions with that wisdom. It's more so you applying what you know, right? But with understanding, it's more so you understanding the weight of something before it even happens, or understanding the gist of everything, like the deeper meaning behind certain things in order to avoid negative things from happening, in a sense, or to even understand a deeper meaning behind something for a positive reaction. For example, back to the gym. You understand that if you don't go to the gym, you'll lose progress. So you go so that you continue to make progress. But whereas with wisdom, you gain wisdom on the techniques while you're in the motion of doing those things. So the wisdom that you've gained, you apply it to the motion when you're working out. Okay, so hide that in your heart while I continue to speak on the subject, okay? So boom, Ephesians 3:16 says, I pray that from his glorious unlimited resources, he will empower you with his inner strength through his spirit. Then Christ will make his home in your hearts as you trust him. Your roots will grow down into God's love and keep you strong. And may you have the power to understand, as all God's people should, how wide, how long, how high, and how deep his love is. Now remember when I talked about the self-love. To acquire wisdom is to love yourself. Now, what does that have to do with coming from a place of overflow? I'm glad you asked. When you have the wisdom and the understanding of what it takes to love yourself, it allows you to operate from a place of overflow. Having the wisdom and the understanding of loving yourself is a way that you pour into yourself, so that when you do pour into yourself, you're coming from a place of overflow. How are you going to properly serve other people and properly fill people's tanks when you're not even filling your tank? I remember in elementary, this was a theme. It was about filling each other's cups. And that was a big thing. And I remember this one time I said something negative to one of my classmates, and I had to go move my card or something like that. It was something along those lines. And when you committed an action to not filling the other person's tank or your classmate's tank, you would get in trouble. And when you did fill someone's tank, you would get like some type of reward or something like that. And so that really sticks with me in this. It's getting dark, y'all. Oh my God. But anyways, that really sticks with me in this message because you're not filling your tank. Number one, you're not speaking things as they should be. You're not speaking in faith. The only things that are coming out of your mouth are negative things, and it's wearing down on you. It's not filling you up. It's wearing down on you. And in you trying to fulfill your purpose and being obedient with God, you're out of alignment with him because you're not pouring into yourself. How are you going to put your hands to something when you're in a place and your heart stance is in such a place to where it's out of alignment with God because you don't know how to treat yourself? Yes, God gave you this vision, but do you believe it for yourself? Or are you only seeing yourself for your past self, or for the wrong things that you did, or for what you lack in? A big part in how we love ourselves is how we speak of ourselves. Declare, speak from a place of faith. Come into alignment with how God sees you, who he says you are. So let's break down the scripture a little bit more. I had to turn the flashlight on. I don't know what was going on. But anyways, Ephesians 3:16 through 18. Let's break it down. So it says here, I pray that from his glorious unlimited resources, he will empower you with inner strength through his spirit. Number one, we know that the most important commandment, the one that sums up everything, is love. And how are we even able to experience real unconditional love? And that is through God, right? When you come from a place of operating in God's love and trusting in him to provide for you, you're coming from a place of overflow. And it says right here, his unlimited resources. God has unlimited resources. He is the provider. We are just the vessels. You can't gain strength from the things you do on this earth or the accomplishments that you attain on this earth. You can only truly be fulfilled through Christ. God has unlimited love to give. And it's our job to tap into that and take it on. So that when we are coming from a place of overflow, we're able to bestow it upon others, just as God has done to us. And then right here where it says, then Christ will make his home in your hearts as you trust in him. Your roots will grow down into God's love and keep you strong. That is what is going to keep us strong, his love. Our relationship with God is what sustains us. Don't just acknowledge him, make him a home in your heart. Make sure that your actions, the actions that you commit, are in alignment with him so that he can hide in your heart. You don't want to just be doing anything while he's on the inside of you. But he needs you to trust him. He needs your trust in him. And that's how you come from a place of overflow, having the utmost trust in God, despite the outside factors around you. Trust in him. Remember, then Christ will make his home in your heart as you trust in him. He needs your trust. He needs it. I know I'm emphasizing this a lot, but he needs your trust. That's like a big thing. And as you continue to trust him, you'll be able to understand his love in a deeper manner. And as you, it goes both ways. As you understand his love in a deeper manner, you'll begin to trust him more. They coincide. And right here, and may you have the power to understand, as all God's people should, how wide, how long, how high, and how deep his love is. We're going to be spending our whole entire life uncovering God's love and who he is. And in us uncovering who he is, that is where we are filled with his spirit. That is where we learn of these things so that we can operate from a place of overflow. Stop trying to do it in your own strength. You can't do that. That's why you keep getting burnt out. God says, I just need you to trust in me. Of course, faith without works is dead. But as you're putting your hands to these things, you can't do it without having trust in God. Because then you're operating from a place of lack. God says to do it through me. Otherwise, you are coming from a place of lack. You're operating from a place of lack. So imagine you're pulling your strength from all these other things, all of these outside things, when God is calling you to pull your strength from up above, not from the side, because this is temporary. This is temporary. But God says when you pull from up above, it's everlasting. It's a fountain that never stops. It's continual. It's unconditional. It's my love. Pull from my love and you will begin to operate from a place of overflow. So that when you do that, my spirit shines bright in all that you do. Trust in me in all that you do, and my spirit will shine bright in all that you do. And God's brought to my attention, okay, you may be broken. You may be confused, but he's saying pull from my love. Even when you're broken, that allows me to shine my light through those cracks in your heart or in your soul, and my spirit can still shine through that. Don't think your brokenness puts you behind. That's the last thing that it'll do. God says with my love, I'm going to use that to catapult you into where you need to be. I'm going to use that to shine my light through you so that you can help other people. Do not be discouraged. And in that, me shining my light through you, my light is healing those broken parts on the inside of your heart so that I will be able to mend it. And even when it is mended, his light still shines through you. It must come from a place of overflow, and you can only get that from God. All right, y'all. I pray this word was a blessing to you. It done got dark on me, but yeah, I pray this word was a blessing to you, y'all. Love and blessings.